Hello and welcome back to another Tesla vlog with me, Adam Uninformed. As you would have seen from the video title, my Tesla Model 3 charging costs will double, and that's actually a best case scenario. This isn't clickbait, this is very much a true reflection on my own personal circumstances that I will be facing in just a couple of weeks' time. Like many of my previous videos, I will be sharing and giving you my own data and the behind the scenes insights into electric car ownership as a relatable, average, everyday driver. And this will hopefully give any new and potential owners unrivaled insights into the ins and outs of home charging costs and what to expect from home charging in 2023. For any existing owners, this may help you get the best out of your own charging position, plus there's even a chance for you to share £100 if you opt for something similar. More on that at the end. Therefore, I will be sharing in today's video my current charging schedule, how much I currently pay, and why and how that's about to change, and to conclude why paying double what I do now doesn't quite faze me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not jumping for joy or fist pumping the air in any way, but it could have been worse, as you will see. So if this video sounds like a fascinating insight, as always, buckle up. Please do hit that like button to show me some of your virtual love and supports for Tesla and EVs. Hit the subscribe button so you can continue on this Tesla EV journey with me. Finally, hit the notification bell so you're notified of all my upcoming electric car videos as soon as they're available. Right folks, let's get into the thick of it. So how much does it cost to charge my Tesla Model 3? Well, to start with, I've supercharged my Tesla maybe like 5 times over the past year's ownership, and therefore 96% of my charging is from home. An interesting fact is that 2/3 of UK homes have access to off-road parking, so a vast majority of individuals will be in the same boat as myself. Having calculated my charging costs to date, I've paid under £200 for around 16,500 miles over 2 years ownership. Yes, that's £200 to cover that 16,500 miles figure, and you can see my dedicated video on the screen now if you want a fully detailed overview of that as well as other ownership costs to date. I did use some free supercharger miles to get that total figure, but as I've said before, I've been 5 times over the past year, therefore it is a rare occurrence. So how did I pay the £200 figure? Well, because I am charging from home, it gets charged in line with my home electricity tariff, just like how you currently pay to turn your lights on, power your PlayStation, maybe the air fryer you got for Christmas. Tell me I got you with that one. My home electricity tariff is unique in 2 ways. The first being it's an EV only tariff, therefore it's exclusively available to users who drive an electric car. The second being I pay 2 different rates depending on when I use electricity. This is 13 pence per kilowatt hour for the hours of 4:30 AM to 12:30 AM and 5 pence per kilowatt hour between 12:30 AM to 4:30 AM. Primarily, it's a tariff designed to lower the costs of charging your electric vehicle. And by charging in the nominated non-peak window, this tariff is provided by Octopus Energy and it's called Octopus Go. However, before you open your 69th tab in the browser and search for Octopus Go to find the same rates, these are actually rates from 2021 and the prices are indeed much higher than this. And this brings me to my next point. Why am I about to pay more to charge? As you will have seen, I've been extremely lucky this past year because this pricing was not only fixed from 2021 to 2022 as intended, but due to some technicalities on the provider's end, they also fixed me at these prices from 2022 to 2023, and this has sheltered me from the increased electricity costs others have faced in 2022. And for that, I know that I was in a very unique circumstance, and that fixed period is ending, and now it's time for me to face the current market rates in 2023. The home UK electricity market is very different from the beginning of 2022. It's primarily dominated by the capped standard variable pricing of around 34 pence per kilowatt hour as a flat rate. But do EV tariffs still exist in an energy crisis such as the one we face now? Now would be a great time to discuss what will my home charging choices be in 2023. Well, in addition to the standard variable rate, thankfully EV tariffs still exist because in the end, the existence of these smart electrical tariffs actually benefits everyone connected to the grid. Why is that? Well, it's because it's designed to deliver relief by shifting electrical demand of the electrical grid when it needs it most. During the early hours of the morning, we will see the country requiring less power, and so with demand low, as a general rule, providing power at that time is cheaper for the provider, and so the individual can benefit from cheaper charging costs at that time. Win-win. plus the grid isn't seeing additional charging demands at peak times, hence it benefits everyone. Back on topic and being totally transparent about my personal situation, in my renewal email from Octopus Energy, they informed me that my new Octopus Go rates are now 41 pence per kilowatt hour in the peak and then 12 pence per kilowatt hour for non-peak. That would see my peak rate more than triple and my non-peak increase 140%, which sucks, but this is just one EV tariff from one utility provider. Octopus Energy offers alternative EV tariffs, and Octopus Energy isn't the only provider offering these EV tariffs. EDF actually offers some incredibly good rates. For example, these are some of the rates available from January 2023. And being in the East Midlands, this would actually allow me to charge my Tesla for cheaper than what I do now, at just 4.5 pence during non-peak hours, which is insane come to think of it. Noting the peak rate is still triple what I'm paying now. However, you should know that these EDF rates are not available to new customers like I would be. New customers can only register their interest for now unless you are an existing customer. OVO Energy is another firm that offers a unique EV rate, and this time it's 10 pence per kilowatt hour to charge your EV. To access, you do need to be on their OVO Drive tariff. However, getting a quotation does look quite possible for new entrants. But going back to Octopus, they do have another tariff which has truly caught my eye, and it's sufficient for me to switch. Therefore, what charging tariff is best for my Tesla Model 3? Octopus Energy offers another smart tariff. This one is called Octopus Intelligent. The peak rate is offered at the same 41.11 pence per kilowatt hour as the new Go rate offered to me in my renewal email. However, the off-peak matches OVO's at 10 pence per kilowatt hour, but the non-peak benefit could be far longer than Go. And that's because this off-peak rate is available for another 2 hours, being 11:30 AM to 5:30 AM. And together with my electric car, I already shift 60% of my household consumption to the off-peak rate. That's like running the dishwasher and charging other devices during this time. But with this longer availability, that's another 2 hours of household consumption that I can utilise and soak up. But the benefit doesn't just stop there. It gets its intelligent name because once your car is plugged into your charger, if you have an eligible smart charger or EV, for which I do, a dedicated app will then evaluate if you can charge outside the non-peak hours and still secure the non-peak 10p rate. Naturally, there are a number of factors that come into place here, like electricity demand and market rates, etc. But I understand that if a new schedule is determined smartly by Octopus, then not only will your car then charge at 10p, your household consumption will still receive the 10p benefits, and this occurs in 30-minute slots, somewhere within the peak times. But I have estimated that with the increased 6 hours non-peak period and just a chance of additional hours, I can shift 70% of my household consumption to non-peak instead of 60% that I currently do at present, within a 4-hour time frame. By doing this, I've made a projection of costs, and with a 70% shift to non-peak, this materialises into a total household consumption of around £1,256, all being well, of course. In comparison to at present, I pay around £656.50 just in respect to consumption. The standing charges are just a flat rate paid by everyone anyway, so we all pay that regardless, unfortunately. So to conclude, I briefly want to detail why the increase in charging costs isn't all bad. Look, I'm a tight git. I hate paying over the odds for stuff, but unfortunately, this is the best of a bad situation. If I moved on to the usual cap rate of 34 pence, I actually projected my bill would be closer to £2,132, and that just makes me squirm just even thinking about it. So in my eyes, this is a small win, and keeping absolutely grounded with reality, I did benefit from cheaper rates all last year. In respect to car charging, to go from 0 to 100% in a perfect no charging loss scenario, it will now double from £2.50 to £5 for a full charge. If I get conservatively 200 miles of range at my Tesla Model 3, at just £5 for a full charge, that's still 2.5p a mile. It's still massively cheaper to run than a petrol or diesel alternative, despite the energy crisis that we're currently in. Whilst I didn't predict this scenario entirely, I have said in previous videos, going back almost 2 years ago, that these smart EV tariffs will continue to exist for years to come, even if prices increase. Little did I know that a whole crisis would occur, but we can only hope that we've reached the peak now and prices begin to fall to more normal levels. Naturally, only time will tell. If this has interested you or inspired you to look into the intelligent tariff, I have left a link for you to review the tariff yourself for your personal circumstances. If you want to proceed with the tariff, we can actually share £100 credit by simply using my referral. You can do so by following my Octopus referral link, or you may need to call them directly, as previously there has been issues with the referral link. If you do it manually over the phone, you just need to quote that you want to use a referral, and then you must quote a unique Octopus referral name. For me, this will be RiverGhoul450. That's RiverGhoul450, and this will be detailed in the description of the video for your future reference. So there we go. I hope this has been insightful into electric car charging economics and how I've reduced my costs in a difficult environment. If it was helpful, let me know in the comment section below. I love receiving feedback, good or bad. Truthfully, I do enjoy the funny ones, but there we go. If you want to comment and you're not quite sure what you want to comment, you can simply comment Octopus Intelligent and I'll give you a cheeky thumbs up for doing so. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video with your friends and family or any group that may find it beneficial. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.